my name is Dr. Chris Brooks. I'm a Twin Cities guy, born and raised in the city of Minneapolis, South Minneapolis to be specific. And I lead the first Black-owned venture capital firm in the state of Minnesota. So I've been thinking a lot about youth and entrepreneurship and leadership. And I'm convinced that there is a role for entrepreneurship, especially in the Black community. We've been traditionally locked out of a lot of industries. We're the first to be laid off whenever there are big cuts. So I'm a big fan of entrepreneurship, although I do think we need to take a more strategic and disciplined approach. We've got to get our young people involved in such a way that their first entrepreneurial experience does not harm them or cause them to never want to go back to entrepreneurship, but they get enough wins along the way that they can see this being a potential pathway in their future. So I recently became a grandfather, a first-time grandfather. Now this is a major life event, and my grandson's name is Shiloh. And it's really an interesting experience to hold this little human being in your hands and to wonder, who will he become? What will his life be like? And it causes me to think personally, what is my responsibility to create the type of world that I want my grandson to grow up in and live in? So I've spent quite a bit of time thinking about that over the last few weeks, really thinking specifically about my life, the impact of my life, and what does that mean for the next generation, the next several generations, not just for my family, but really for the next several generations of humanity. What kind of world do we want people to live in the future? That's a question I'm wrestling with right now.
And what does that look like for you?
So for me personally, I have been on a really deep dive into my own identity, my own ancestry. I've been learning a lot about West Africa, which is where my mother's ancestors come from. And it's been a journey that has really transformed me. I mean, I've gone all in. I'm reading books, I'm watching documentaries, I'm meeting new friends that live on the continent, new friends that are part of the diaspora. It's just been a holistic journey. And because I want it to be a sustainable journey, I'm keeping my family with me on the journey. This is not an individual, compartmentalized thing. I'm talking to my wife about this, I'm talking to my kids about this. I'm encouraging my family to think about their own backstory, their own identities. And all of us are on this journey together in many ways of trying to understand who exactly are we, and therefore, why are we on planet Earth at this moment in human history?